Good morning, students. Today we are going for the soils of India. In India, basically there is the four type of the soil: alluvial, black soil, red soil, and the laterite soil. Soils are important for the growing of the forest, growing of the crops and grassland. Now, all the living beings they are dependable on the plants. Basically, soils support the plants. Now, important of the soils, those soils are very rich in the nutrients and such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Soil's fertility can be improved by adding fertilizer to the soils to make up for the missing nutrients. Accordingly, when we are divide the soil, so soil classification on the two part, one is the residual soil and one is the transported soil. Residual soil, it means that these soils found in their original position, while all the soils, red soil, laterite soil, desert soil, and the black soil are known as the sedimentary soil or the residual soil. For example of the transported soil, only the alluvial soil is now. Why transported soil is deposited by the river, either the winds. The alluvial soils they are divided into the two parts. One is the Khadar and one is the Bhangar. Alluvial soils are also known as the river Rhine soil because these soils are found on the river basin. Alluvial soils are mainly found in two parts: deltic alluvium or the coastal alluvium. Deltic alluvium means where the rivers are there like Ganga, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. These rivers form the delta, and in coastal alluvium these are the found in the south west of India and the southeast of India where the coast are there. Now characteristic of the alluvial soil: generally alluvial soil it is formation or formed by the deposition of the river. Now second point is that alluvial soil is found on the upper reaches of the river. It means these soils are found on the upper Ganga valley. Now these soils are dry, porous, sandy, faint yellow, and consist of clay and the organic matter. Some soils like West Bengal and the Bangladesh, it is light and porous. Now it is fertile soil, especially when we are discussing the Bhangar soils and the Khadar soils. So now you have to be seen Bhangar is not very fertile but Khadar soil is very fertile. Now Bhangar soil full of kankar but Khadar soil is fine silt. Now Bhangar soil, these are the soils which are found in the largest part of northern plains. Now these are the Khadar soil, these are found in the flood labels area. Other characteristic of the alluvial soil: it is deficient in nitrogen and humus. It is suitable growth of the variety of rabi and the kharif crops. Soils in drier area are more alkaline. Crops especially like jute and sugar cane, here cotton, tobacco and grams are found in the alluvial soil. Now second soil is the black soil, which is formed by the volcanic eruption. That's why we say that it is the lava soil. Distribution of the soil, especially in Maharashtra, these soils are found, and in the Gujarat, some part of the Tamil Nadu. Characteristic of black soil: black soil is fine texture and clay in nature. It is high quantity of lime, iron, magnesium, generally poor in percentage in phosphorus, nitrogen and organic matter. Black soil is black in color due to it is generated by the weather lava rocks. Now here the soils is very fertile in most of the places. Black soils generally it is suitable for cultivation of cotton, jowar, wheat, sugarcane, linseed and gram. It is any season moisture is stored in its subsoil. Some other crops of the black soil like the sugar cane, and here these tobacco vegetables. Red soil. Yes, red soil is red in color due to the presence of the iron oxide. Now distribution of the red soil. Here when we are describing the red soil, so it is largest soil group in India and found in mainly of the plateau region of the south of Bundelkhand and Rajmahal Hills, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, southeastern Maharashtra, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Bundelkhand, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Manipur. Characteristic of the red soil. Basically, yes, it is the red in color due to its name. That's why it is red soil. Now here number of the soils I show you on the map work where the soils are found. Now in the Gangetic Plains area, that means alluvial soils are found where the rivers are generating there. Now in the some part of the others region where the black soils are found, Gujarat and the some other part of the Maharashtra and the others region, like red soil northeastern part here in like in Assam and the south eastern part here. Laterite soil especially found in the Assam area which is beneficial for the tea and the coffee. Generally, red soil it is porous and high percentage of the iron oxide. It is loose and aerated. Now it is poor in nitrogen and here it is ideal for dry farming. Some important crops of the red soil like the ragi and tobacco, groundnut and the potatoes can be grown on the red soil. Now last soil is the laterite soil which is known as also weathering of rocks under the condition of high rainfall and temperature with alternate wet and dry period. It means these soils are formed by the process of leaching. So you have to be right, the leaching is the key word for the laterite soil. So now how the laterite soils are formed? The laterite soils are formed by the process of the leaching. Some important laterite soil and their characteristic. So basically when we are going for the characteristic of the laterite soil, so especially here laterite soil are not very ideal for the crops. So in this characteristic I show you here, you have to be seen found in the Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Maharashtra, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Now coarse and porous red due to the presence of iron oxide. So two types of the soils in India, red soils and the laterite soil, both are the soils which are good for the iron oxide. Now here poor in lime, nitrogen and magnesium, high acidity, low moisture are found in the laterite soil. And some of the crops like here like top here rubber and the coffee, ragi, rice, some tea are found in the laterite soil. Now distribution of laterite soil, once again I told you Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Maharashtra, West Bengal, Telangana, Karnataka, Kerala. Characteristic of laterite soil, so you have to be seen the it is a porous soil. Silica is removed from by chemical action and it is poor in lime basically. So mainly important is that in laterite soil the growing of the cashew nut, tea, coffee. It is acidic in nature due to the presence of alkalis or leach. It is considerable suitable for building purpose. Some important crops of the laterite soil. So basically beta you have to be go with the important crops of laterite soil. You have to be right the cashew nut and tea and the coffee. So these are the important crops of the laterite soil. Here soil erosion. Generally soil erosion is very important point because soil is unfertile. So the soil is unfertile due to the two reasons. One is the natural reasons, one is the man-made reason. Now when we are going to discussing the now we are going further discussing the natural reason to soil erosion by the water. Here like sheet erosion, rill erosion, gully erosion. After that, leaching and the seashore erosion. Now, soil erosion due to the human action, like here deforestation, and overgrazing. Erosion by winds generally found you have to be seen in the Rajasthan area where the no trees are found there, only the thorny bushes are found there, and the wind erosion mainly it is remove the fertile soils. Now here bad farming technique by the humans or the farmers. Topography of the soil. During the heavy rainfall, soils are washed away by running water down the slope, and here last you have to be seen deforestation. Now, some soil erosion in India. Now, basically, heavy population pressure on the land. The peoples are using the lands, fertile lands, and they making their houses there. Now, how we have to be conserve the soil? Yes, it is the important point. Loss of fertile topsoil together with its mineral nutrients and from the upper surface led gradual loss of soil fertility agriculture productivity to mainly soil conservation to more and more planting the trees and drying of vegetation extension of arid land increase the frequency drought and the flood. So now we are going to using the good technology for growing the plants. Trees farming, shelter belts, these are the important preservation of the soil. Now soils are very important, we have to be conserved. Soil conservation scheme like here you have to be seen various schemes are there. Reduce productivity now due to the increasing population, small land holding, low production per person. Mainly if we want to be increase the soil fertility, so we know that some of the important steps we are going to take like using the shelter belts. Farmers plants trees in the several roads and check the wind erosion. They are known as windbreak. Contour plowing along the contours on slope prevents soil being washed away by rainwater or by surface runoff. Strip cropping, construction of dam, plugging gullies, and planting more and more trees. So these are the important point to preservation or conserve the soil. Okay, here. So now here exercise I'll show you some of the things like here one important crops cultivated in each alluvial soil. You have to be write the wheat or rice crop. Like red soil you have to be write the tobacco or the tea and other soils. Black soil you have to be write the sugar cane, and laterite soil of course it is the importance for the tea and coffee. Now, the type of the soil found in the following places: Indus Gangetic Plains. So, beta mainly Gangetic Plains में the alluvial soils are found there. Now, Malwa Plateau. In the plateau regions, mainly red soils are found there. Now, crystalline rocky regions of Kerala, Tamil Nadu and the Rajasthan. Here, in the rocky regions of Kerala and the other part, you have to be seen laterite soil are found, but in Rajasthan there is the sandy soil are found. Now question 3 is good for the cultivation of cashew nut. So basically laterite soil covers almost all the best of the Bengal alluvial soil is the result of the leaching to laterite soil. Two major crops या types of soil erosion in India. तो generally beta in India soil erosion by the human overgrazing and deforestation. Causes of soil erosion in desert region तो mainly wind erosion. तो please this type of the answer you have to be write in your board examination. Okay, goodbye.